Welcome to episode 7 in my little mini series, The Fundamental Trig Identities. In this video, we're going to go through another verifying one. We just finished up a video that had verifying, and so we're just going to go through another verifying. So we are trying to verify that sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta all over cosine squared of theta times secant squared of theta is 1. Now remember, when you're verifying, you already know that this is true. You already know that when you work through this, it's always going to be 1. It doesn't matter what variable, what number you plug in for theta, it's going to equal 1. Now, before we get into this, again, I want to draw our attention to our trig identities. They're down here in the left-hand corner. I'm going to refer to those quite a bit, but you should have these memorized. And if you have them memorized, then life is going to be so much easier. Now, with all of these trig identities, you can rearrange them in any way, shape, or form that you would like to, because they're already proven to be true. So I want to take a second and I want to talk about these reciprocal identities. So this first reciprocal identity that you see on here is that sine of x is equivalent to 1 over cosecant of x. If I were to multiply both sides of this by cosecant of x, it would get it out of the denominator and it would look like this. Cosecant of x times sine of x equals 1. This is a really, really important concept. Every single time you multiply reciprocals together, you get 1. Every single time you multiply reciprocals together, you get 1. If you recognize that, it just gives you another tool in your tool belt to help you be more efficient and proficient at this. So right here, sine of x times cosecant of x equals 1. Cosine of x times secant of x is 1. And I'm drawing attention to that because I see a cosine times a secant right here. Tangent of x times cotangent of x is 1. Cosecant of x times sine of x is 1. Secant of x times cosine of x is 1. Cotangent times tangent is 1. So I just wanted to draw attention to that, just so that you know, anytime you multiply by a reciprocal, it's 1. Okay, so let's get down to this problem right here. We want to simplify it. We want to prove that this is 1. Just by that little talk I just gave you, a lot of you guys right now just said, woohoo, because you know exactly what to do. I notice my numerator right here. Sine squared plus cosine squared, that is our most classic Pythagorean identity. It's right here on our sheet. It is 1. I can replace all of this business right there with 1, and I have 1 over cosine squared of theta times secant squared of theta, and I'm trying to prove that that equals 1. Now, a lot of you guys, because of the talk that I just gave you, recognize that right there. Cosine squared of theta times secant squared of theta is 1. Because they're reciprocals. But if you don't believe me, you could say, you know what, I'm going to put 1 and I'm going to have cosine squared of theta and I'm going to multiply by this business right here is 1 over cosine squared of theta. What happens? It's kind of an ugly fraction, but hopefully you can see what happens. What happens is the cosine squared and the cosine squared cancel out and you're left with 1 over 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. And we have proven through algebra that they are equivalent. We have proven that this is an identity. Of course, there are infinite different ways to go through this, but I hope that that helped you see one way to go through that problem.